Is today one of the most important days in Star Wars history? I mean, I'm literally, legitimately asking that question because I think it might be. Um, with the Ahsoka series coming out tonight and the way that Star Wars fandom is so fractured, it just makes me kind of wonder if this could be like maybe the most pivotal moment in Star Wars, maybe ever. Maybe since the first movie. I mean, obviously, if the original Star Wars movie didn't hit, none of this would matter. There would be no Ahsoka series. There would be no Mandalorian, and there would or sequel trilogy to destroy Star Wars, as I think some people kind of consider the reality, I guess. The way I look at it, there's going to be three different types of people watching the series tonight. There's going to be people like me that are huge fans of the animated stuff, including Ahsoka, who are going to go into it and are going to look for reasons to enjoy it. We are going to understand what's going on, and we're probably going to feel really emotional at certain things because it's going to bring us back to the Rebels and Clone Wars and all the stuff we've seen before. And I think for most of us, these first two episodes are just going to be absolutely mind blowing. And then on the opposite end, there's going to be another group of people that I think it's going to be up in the air how this first two episodes hits them. They're going to be the ones that are kind of going into it, kind of not even cautiously optimistic, more just looking for reasons to hate the series. And I guess there's more of a spectrum. There's probably some that are a little bit more of looking for a reason to hope, looking for a reason to come back to Star Wars, and those ones, if they enjoy the series, could be back. Could Star Wars could win them back. But I think there's also a sector of Star Wars fans out there that just hate Disney Star Wars so much that they're going to pick through and find reasons to hate the series. But for Disney, it's not really about either of those different groups of people. It's more about the people in between. It's the ones that are Star Wars fans or Star Wars curious, the ones that are curious about the series because of seeing Ahsoka in The Mandalorian, or watch all of the Disney Plus Star Wars shows and have had mixed feelings about how they went, but want to really find something to enjoy in this series. And I think for them, it's going to come down to a couple things. It's going to come down to, do they get lost? Are they able to follow along with what's going on without seeing Rebels or Clone Wars or anything like that? And just how good the series is. Is the action awesome? Are the character moments, do by the end of the first two episodes, do people care about those characters? And I think, for a lot of us fans, we are going to care about the characters no matter what, but are the casuals going to care? And I think, probably the worst case scenario for Lucasfilm after tonight is that after the first two episodes, or even, worse, after the first episodes, a lot of them just say meh. And there's not enough there to keep me going. I have no real interest in continuing watching this series. And honestly, that would be the worst case scenario for Disney Plus, for Lucasfilm, for Disney, is that a very large amount of the casuals just don't care after the first two episodes or after the first episode. So I'm really kind of interested to see what happens, tomorrow. Kind of getting some reports of, I know that there's certain metrics out there that they use to give an idea of how many people watched the series. I really wish Disney Plus and Netflix and all of them would put those numbers out, but they're not going to. But I'm really interested to see just how well this series does, because ultimately, if Star Wars is going to get back to where it was before, which was, when The Force Awakens comes out, it was the biggest franchise in all of cinema for sure, and that's been overtaken for sure by Marvel. If Star Wars is ever going to get back there, and not fall way farther behind, this series might be what does it. It might be what gets people excited for the next movie. If this does really well, it could mean that Dave Filoni's movie is the next one, not the Ray sequel trilogy sequel. that's supposed to be coming out. But my question is, are you out there? Are you excited about the series tonight? Are you expecting to love it? If you see this video after you've seen it, what did you think? And more important to what this video is about, how do you think the general public is going to perceive this series?